Hi everyone, this video was created for my final project, modeling big spreadsheets. I will share how I selected the topic, the objective, and how I used Solver to solve my research question. I decided to talk about healthy eating, one-day sample of nutritional meals, and my objective is to optimize the nutritional value at the lowest cost while still achieving the intake of optimum amount of calories for a healthy person, which means about between 1500 and 2100 calories. In my project, I really decided to talk about this topic because, as we all know, in the United States, a lot of people are addicted to artificial and fast food, and according to the statement on government website about dietary guidelines, they say about 3/4 of the population has an eating pattern that is low in vegetables, fruits, and healthy oils, and that's why I decided that it would be good to show that you can eat healthy and still achieve the good nutritional value, and also at the optimal serving at the lowest price. So I decided, because I learned a lot of different tools in this past semester, Excel tools, and one of the really convenient tools I liked is a Solver. And you cannot find it when you install Excel right away, because it is add-in, but it's a wonderful tool, and usually it's used to solve more complex problems and to optimize the outcome. It helps to determine result by changing certain variables that you set up, and depending on the constraints you set up as well. It took me some time to decide what kind of data I want to work with, and I could not find the right data set, so therefore I used the ones that I individually picked up, and I had to find them on a website which is listed here, nutritionvalue.org, and I picked the certain amount of food which is healthy and which is very probable to eat for a healthy person during one day, I decided to choose another website on nutritionnext.com besides this one, to find out how many calories and how much total fat, including saturated fat and sodium and sugar and carbohydrates and protein, is in 100 grams of servings of each of these chosen items, the food items. So this is the optimal amount of fat, or actually I should say fat contained in this 100 gram of servings. And the purpose of this Solver or the spreadsheet is to find out what would be the minimum cost and the highest nutrition chosen from these food, and what would give us the calories which would be optimal, which is between 1500 and 2100. So I had to set up certain constraints. I used Solver, and I set up the objective cell, because you have to have certain objective cells and you have to have variable cells. Basically, in objective cells, you create a formula, and that formula has a value that is needed to either be optimized or maximized or minimized, or it can be set to specific value. So I put it to minimum value because we want to have the minimum amount of money spent, but for the highest nutritional value. And solver works with the group of cells called variable cells. So these cells are then adjusted, their values are adjusted to satisfy the limit on constrained cells, and they return the result we want on objective cell. So I decided to take this as an objective cell, and I picked certain constraints on calories, that means total nutritional intake, and I set it up, like I said before, higher than 1500 calories but less than 2500 calories. Also, I set up the number of servings as an integer, that means the whole number, and I also made it less or equals to, because if I left it like, for example, 3, or I didn't put anything, it showed that we could have like 8 pieces of potato. It still doesn't show, of course, the optimum specific like values. It's not balanced, but at least it shows you that you can have the healthy food, and you don't have to spend so much money, and still it's just the idea. Also, I set up the constraints on fat and saturated fat, sodium, sugar, carbohydrates, and protein, and I use these values according to the website which sets the optimum values of fat and optimum values sodium, sugar, carbohydrates, protein for the regular person, male or female, for adult. So for that would be wise to do. And basically then you run the solver and find out how this gonna play. So you can play either with number of servings, you can set it up to 3 or 4, but then for this purpose it's usually showing you like 3 avocados and 8 potatoes, and that would probably not be the best, so I chose it 2. And it always varies, and it shows you by running it, it shows you the minimum amount under these constraints, what you have to pay and still be able to achieve the nutritional value. You can also choose to do the report when you choose it as an automatic scaling and non-linear, and you can choose this, and it should actually, when you put solve, it generates the report which will show here in this worksheet, and it will show also down at the bottom as a new tab. So that would be all, just kind of inspiration that you can eat healthy and you can still have the nutritional value which you need to achieve. Thank you.